It's been a while since we went on an adventure. Are you ready? You must brace yourself for this. Where are we going, you ask? Well, my dear friend, we're not going to the New Guinea rainforest. We're not traveling to Madagascar to see the lemurs. We're traveling to the wild, wild world of TikTok. Specifically, down the hashtag of fat acceptance.
Does me being attractive as well as overweight make you uncomfortable?
You're gonna have to take my hand. It does get very deadly. Hello and welcome back to another fat chick video, but I'm pretty sure we got one guy because I don't remember all the clips I put in here, but I'm pretty sure there's one, so get excited for another fat chick video. That's the longest I ever did the song. I know, it's been a while, so many people were asking what's going on with the fat acceptance movement. Well, it's dying, but we haven't taken a walk down the fat acceptance hashtag on TikTok in a very long time, so let's do that. If you're new, hi, I break down things I see on the internet so you do not have to rot that precious, beautiful, pristine brain. So hit the subscribe button, that's all I ask, because here we believe healthy body, healthy brain. I used to talk a lot about the fat acceptance movement, but since the trend is dying and many of their members are also dying, we haven't talked about them in a while. And the fact that they talk about the same thing over and over and over again.
Too, if people want to talk about, oh, well, of course weight loss helps with health. There have been studies where people who literally had their fat just removed, just like lipo, and their markers, their health markers, all that jazz, were not improved from the people who stayed fat.
But it's been a while, so this will be very interesting to see what are the girlies and some of the men doing. Let's go. What are some of your favorite things? Hashtag fat acceptance. So she's gonna list off many of her favorite things of being fat.
Since we get accused of promoting obesity anyway, I thought I would just do it. So here are my favorite things about being fat.
I mean, I don't know much of her content, but I do run into people who are just fat, right? And just on the internet. People will say to them in their comment section like, oh, you're promoting obesity, when they're just minding their business while being fat. So if this person was just being fat on the internet and people kept saying this to her, I would do this too. I would be completely sarcastic, but I did see that she shared and loved nemesis to the show, Fat Fab Feminist, who declared war on me twice. But you see, things have changed. Things were said and now it's just forcing me to respond back to the Fat Fab Feminist. Say that 3 times fast. Fat Fab Feminist, Fat Fab Feminist, Fat Fab Feminist. Ah! It's just fun. I mean, it was a good time for me. I don't think she enjoyed it very much. So I don't think this person's going to like what I have to say if she's on the same mental capacity as Fat Fab Feminist. But this ain't no deep dive right now. I'm just focusing on the benefits or her favorite things of being fat, because as someone who was obese, many of my family members look like they could be on my 600-pound life.
I eat for people. I just eat what I want.
And got limbs cut off because of their horrible addiction to food. I have never heard anything positive, and I am intrigued.
And just to give you my credentials, I'm a size 22 and I have been fat my entire life.
Thank you. Thank you for telling us that you are qualified to tell us the joy your larger body brings to you. Let's hear it. Go.
My favorite thing about being fat, and I think one of the best things, is that I'm soft, squishy.
I mean, I can't fight that. I'm sure she's very squishy. I do love squishy things. I personally prefer someone not to lay on my gut and say, you know, you remind me of the Squishmallows from Walmart. You know, as a trainer too, stomach fat, visceral fat, most dangerous fat. I don't want that, but to each their own.
And I smell really good.
You can do that without being obese. In fact, the more obese you are, the more the harder it becomes to continue to smell good. Actually, random little fact, the more obese you are, not only is it harder to clean, you know, within the folds so that you don't offend people, but your sense of smell starts to shift. Growing evidence suggests the olfactory function, or the sensory of smell, is altered in the obesity state. Specifically, olfactory performance seems to diminish linearly with an increase in body mass index.
So like every time people hug me, I feel and smell like a marshmallow.
For now. I don't think when family members hug the My 600 Pound Life people, they're saying, smells like marshmallows.
I can't fit in the bathroom door.
My second favorite thing about being fat is the curves of my body. This is a Venus figurine.
No, she did not just bring up that freaking lumpy thing I see every single fat acceptance girly say, see, this was beauty 2.5 million years ago, so it should be beauty right now. That was actually pretty funny. I'll give her that one.
Depicting the ideal feminine. Bitch, I look like that.
I mean, someone finds this very appealing. Tammy Slayton's ex-boyfriend?
I like you.
Not that you have to look like that to be the ideal feminine, but
Oh, good. I was worried because, I lift weights a little bit and I'm already on the verge of becoming 100% my man.
And for the ladies, Harry.
To some people, but I'm happy that people, like this woman, some people in fat acceptance think I'm a man, but people, at least this girl is saying I can be feminine too, just like that fat statue thing.
this is about fat people, so that's all that I have time for.
Well, it was kind of a short list. You listed 3 things. So, sorry to say, it did not convince me. I don't see the positives really outweighing the negatives, but maybe we can get a little bit more clarification from the next one. Why do you like being obese? What benefit do you get from being this big?
I know you probably didn't mean this question genuinely, but I'm autistic and don't really care to try and figure out people's ulterior motives, so you get a genuine answer.
I appreciate that a lot, actually, because many of these people are always saying there's tons of benefits of being obese. I always see them saying how wonderful it is that they aren't the beauty standard and they do the whole joyful movement thing. And they say they have less chances of dying if a car runs them over. That's what someone said in a really old video. It was a little weird, but I mean, they said it was a benefit. So I would love to hear more benefits.
Truthfully though, that's not about what I get out of it. That's because my first instinct was to say I get nothing out of it.
So you get nothing out of it? Not even smelling like a marshmallow? I'm guessing she's past that phase.
But that was the self-loathing of diet culture and a past me that thought I got nothing out of it.
She juked us. She April Fool's Day'd us a week after April's Fool's Day.
Got him.
Diet culture made her think there was no benefit or positives about being obese, but there actually is.
I know you'll probably not believe me.
Yeah, I probably won't, but speak your truth, girly.
But I get so much out of being fat. I am taking more care of my body at this point in my life than I ever have before.
I have nothing to say. This is the best you can do. Okay, I'm not saying that but I'm not calling her a liar. I'm just saying that this is your peak of health.
And accepting and embracing my fatness allows for that.
I'm watching The Flash on Netflix. Skip this from here to here if you don't want to hear it for spoilers, but the show's not very good, but I'm still watching the whole series. But it's in the show, they've got different Earths going on and there's different realities in each Earth. I feel like this person is not of my Earth. You can't just say that you are the healthiest you've ever been and accept these things for your body to be healthy, at least on my planet. So I'm just under the impression that this one's from a whole nother planet and they really don't give me any other benefits in the video.
But what really matters is that I get happiness and love from myself, from others, and letting go of diet culture and accepting myself for where I am and who I am.
But they do give me as to why some people are obese, and you can probably guess what that is. Genetics, life circumstances, disability. Yes, those excuses are on my planet as well.
Those are just 3.
What does your tag say? Glorifying obesity, a classic. Anyway, I don't think I'll ever get my answer, so I'm just gonna move along to the next fat acceptance hashtag and learn, what do fat girls do?
We're fat girls. We eat what we want when we want to.
I do that.
We're fat girls. Of course we're gonna ask for a table instead of a booth.
I thought y'all didn't like chairs.
We're fat girls. Of course I ordered enough to have leftovers.
A lot of these things people do in America. Like in every restaurant here, they give you way too much food and people usually have leftovers, unless you are ordering extra meals to be leftovers for later.
We're fat girls. Of course I'm learning to honor my hunger cues. We're fat girls. Of course we save some for later.
We're fat girls. Of course we take up space. Sorry, not sorry.
We know that. It's kind of a given. We can look at you and we know if you take up more space than someone that's smaller. Bodybuilders too, they take up more space. They seem to love it as well.
We're fat girls. We're worthy exactly as we are.
And then she slaps her butt and walked away into the gray spring day, leaving us all in awe and saying, yes, you are worthy. A little critique though, the butt slap, very weak. I wanna hear a good, right up in there. Slap that big old butt cheek like you mean it. Well, my friends, let's keep going on our journey, okay? What do you say we go?
It is okay to be fat.
Okay. Where the hell did you come from?
This is just a reminder from me, Matthew and Shell, your TikTok gay best friend.
Hey, bestie.
That you are amazing in the body that you have right now. And if your body is a fat body, that includes you too.
Yoshi, he's talking about you. Well, it's about time your beautiful body got recognized.
If you have weight loss goals, fine. I believe in body autonomy. You should do what you want. But don't wait till you lose the weight to love yourself and do all the things you want to do in your life.
So, I don't agree that being fat is okay. It's a health risk and hazard to me and to many professionals, like doctors.
There are about 2.8 million adults per year that die from being overweight or obese globally. And indeed, being overweight and obese is the 5th risk for global death.
But if you don't believe in doctors or science or reality, then you'll be fine. What I do agree with is the end to an extent. I mean, my 600-pound life people and many obese people probably shouldn't sign up for a full marathon or even a half marathon. You might want to wait till you reduce your weight because scientifically it's very bad for your joints, specifically your knees. I do see or hear a lot of bigger people, really anyone in general, but as a trainer, I work with a lot of obese people. I hear a lot of obese people saying, oh no, I don't want to get into singing or acting or cosplay until I get my perfect body. Now, totally your choice if you want to wait it out and you're just so insecure that you don't want to do that. But I feel like things like singing or sewing or other activity, even cosplay, it's why not just do some things now and then you can still like it and love it now, and then as you lose weight, you can still do it. Oh, Amberlynn, why are you popping up over here? Love yourself at any size. And like that individual said before Amberlynn popped up, the whole don't let your weight stop you. Well, people are questioning why Miss Amberlynn posts these thirst traps, she calls it, at 500 pounds. How dare she be feeling herself? Not the dog. Looking at her like this is the same woman that withholds all of my bacon treats, but does not withhold them from herself. She eating all the bacon. It's the pets. The pets will always be judging you. Amberlynn is not part of the fat acceptance community. Want to make that clear. I mean, you would think that she was for obvious reasons, but she's just saying she's more of a food addict type girl who doesn't believe in fat acceptance, but she's also going to die fat. But for some reason, because I typed in fat acceptance, she started showing up on my For You page and I just had to put her in. I've never searched for her. I've never looked at her stuff on TikTok. I didn't even know, well no, I probably didn't know she was on TikTok. But recently I didn't know she was on TikTok. It was just a surprise to see her showing up on my For You page right after I typed in hashtag fat acceptance. Anyway, then this one showed up. How do you create a whole community that's obsessed with everything you do? Ooh, that's one that I can answer. You start a weight loss channel, put on over 200 pounds, bring on your lovers, and then they expose you, not take care of your animals. And then say things like, I'm probably gonna die fat because I like food and fun too much and I give up.
I usually get grilled nuggets, I'm not gonna lie.
I think she'll tell us that.
Don't ask me how I did it, I just did it. It was hard.
I mean, it wasn't that hard. Losing weight is a lot harder, and I think You would agree, Miss Amber. Anyway, wow, you guys, we went on a journey today. We haven't done that in a long time. It was fun, it was hard, and it was quite disturbing at times, but we made it through. And if you want to go on more journeys with me, well, you are in luck. What a day. Check out the video links below of the fat positive personal trainer that feeds her clients donuts and pizza. She's basically a Planet Fitness in human form. The link is below. Before you do, remember, you do not have to be a size 2. Having big biceps is fun to scare away all the boys, but you don't need them to be healthy. But health is very important, and I want my subs, the people who watch me, the people who hate me, to be the best version of themselves that I know you're capable of. Now, we're at the end of this video, and you know what time it is. If you're new, maybe you don't, but yeah, I have to kiss your butt cheeks. Come here, I gotta do it. You look so cute. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for being here.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrum.